try to keep it on, at least on these hot days, around like 65.
Yeah. All right. What's up? I think we're gonna call this low key, at least for right now. So if it gets changed in the future, which it might, who knows?
We'll probably, you'll be able to see it then.
Basically, just trying to do a podcast where we just shoot the shit, kind of talk about whatever. But
Yeah, we ain't really done no videos in a good minute together. Like hell, on your main channel, you haven't even done
yeah,
that.
it's been like a year or two, I think.
Yeah,
I think the last one
was
was
a podcast that you had one.
oh yeah, it was and before that it was the funny moments
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. But I think this is going to be on its own channel, so it won't be on either one of ours. But we do have respective channels. I don't use mine, but he uses his still. So
Yeah, and what we're planning on doing mainly is just like try to upload twice a month at most.
yeah, yeah, we're gonna try to record one of these every other week if possible.
Because never know how life could happen.
Yeah,
I'm off every other weekend. That's why we said that. Because it would be guaranteed 2 weekends out of every month.
yeah.
And
We'll at least get one of these uploaded a month. I feel like
yeah, because
because
if
maybe one of the other weekends we're doing something else that's not this, or we're at
yeah,
my place because it's a lot easier to record over here.
yeah, especially when I got this whole
Yeah,
room.
yeah, you got a nice room you can dedicate to it and everything. You played anything lately, game wise?
The latest game I played would be in X Defiant.
Oh, did you play that?
Yeah,
My brother was telling me about it. And I looked up gameplay. It looks good because it looks like Call of Duty. It's just
yeah.
like Ubisoft's version.
It's just in my opinion, it's more fun. I
Yeah,
don't know how to explain it. It is a little bit more difficult because there's no well, the aim assist is very little, bare
yeah,
minimum.
yeah. That's what because I watched Jeff play it. 2 or 3 videos of him playing it because he played the beta,
Yeah,
and it looks fun.
the worst part about it would be the spawns, in
Mm.
my opinion, because like uh, when you could just spawn like it needs to be big maps too.
Yeah,
You just spawn right behind the enemies, and I'm like, well, this is great for me. But then all of a sudden, six enemies keep spawning behind you, and it's like, how do they spawn over here?
yeah. Whenever they announced it, I seen it was called X Defiant in the name, but that was about it. And then I seen it was made by Ubisoft, and I was like, oh, this is just gonna be like Siege again. So I just wrote it off, and then some people at work and my brother told me
And
that
the
it was
fact
like
that it's
Call of
free to
Duty.
play
Yeah,
too.
it's free to play, so I mean it's hard to write it off
Yeah,
completely when it's free to play. I'll at least try it when it comes out fully. I know the beta is still up right now, but I'll
but
probably wait
like
till it
from
comes out.
there's little glitches here and there
Yeah,
because like when you go to shoot your gun or something, it don't seem to want to render that you're shooting
yeah,
or at least until it's too late. And
yeah,
the TTK is very quick on
yeah,
any gun that I've noticed, unless you're at an SMG. That's the best part about it. Though. It is what it is. SMG is meant for close quarters,
yeah,
close to medium quarters. That's what an SMG is meant for on that
yeah,
game,
yeah.
not from these far
That's how
distances.
Jeff was describing it. He was like, if you're using an SMG, you aren't gonna outbeat an AR from
Yeah,
AR range. But if you're like from me to you or from me to the wall over there, an SMG versus an AR, the SMG is gonna win every time.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
that's
and
pretty
shotguns
cool.
are good too.
Yeah,
But it's just certain ones are better because of the how the rapid fire
yeah,
and shit.
yeah. I didn't see anybody. I didn't see him use a shotgun. 'Cause he's the only person I've watched play it so far. But I bet the
He
shotguns
was
are
in the
pretty
top
good.
100 of sniper kills, and sniping on that game is hard.
Yeah, it looks hard because he said there's no aim assist at all for that. I
Yeah.
don't know if there's no aim assist period or if it's just for snipers.
For snipers, there's none. For ARs and SMGs and
Is it a
shotgun
little
stuff,
bit?
it's very minimal.
Okay. I started playing this game last night called Stray. You heard of that?
Yeah,
The one
yeah,
you
the
play as the
cat.
cat. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Because you start off as a stray cat, obviously it's
Mhm.
called Stray, but and you're with 3 other cats, and you just kind of wake up where they're sleeping, and then you kind of go off and run with them, and then in the middle of running with them, like you can tell that it's like post-apocalyptic because everything's kind of grown over, and you don't see any people, and then they're jumping across a gap, and you end up falling, and you discover this place called the slums, or like these androids.
Yeah.
They look like people, but they have like basically CRT TVs for their heads,
Okay.
and they have their own language. And you find this little robot buddy that like lives in your backpack that you carry around with
That's
you,
cool.
and you get to talk to people, and you're trying to help them get out of the slums because there's these things called the Zerk, I think is what they're called,
Yeah.
and they're these little round things, and in the game's lore, they were basically made by humans before they went extinct to try and eat like litter and pollution and clean up everything.
Yeah.
But they ended up getting like a mind of their own, and they
Kind of
just
like
ate.
Wally in a
Yeah,
way.
they just ate everything.
Mm.
Like they started eating people. They'll eat robots. They eat animals. So the people are stuck there in the slums and they can't get out because they can't outrun them. But you're a cat and you're like fast and nimble.
Yeah.
So they're like, we need you to go out and try to help us get out of here because you're fast. You can run
Okay.
by them. That's cool though.
Hell yeah. The one thing I noticed though about like YouTubers in general is there's a lot of YouTubers I was watching when I first got into YouTube and stuff, and then as these past 5 years, more and more just keep dropping off.
Yeah.
And I can understand burnout is a thing, and or you get a life outside of YouTube because like use Outlaw for example, he has his own fit merchandise. He's got his own clothing brand and all this and that now, and uh, he's actually out there still making money. He still makes videos, but it's just very bare minimum now. And then use some of those Fortnite, a lot of those Fortnite YouTubers, and they get this. You don't see hardly any of them anymore. Uh, you see those few that still popping off or this or that, and use. I'm very surprised to see Jeff still making videos,
Yeah.
and as consistent as he does. What gets me is like use what's his name? I used to watch him a lot on Fortnite.
XQC Ninja.
No, what the heck's his name? Laser Beam.
Oh, okay.
He is an Australian one. Uh, he never posts every day.
Yeah.
He would post once a week at most, or every 2 or 3 days. But Jeff, he posts every day.
Yeah, he's consistent with it.
Yeah.
It's impressive how he's been able to keep it going for this long, doing the exact same fucking thing.
hmm
It's cool though. It's cool to see him still succeed.
I wish that like the fact that he's able to go out and still continue to grow like
Yeah.
that and not going out here trying to be the next big thing or this
Yeah.
or that. It's not as fast as some people,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I'm
still,
not surprised that he's like still doing it. I'm surprised that he's growing as much as he is though.
yeah.
Just because he's doing the same thing. But the thing he was doing when he started, everybody was doing, but he's done it for so long that so many people have stopped doing that. And he's
Yeah,
kind of like one of the only ones that still does that type of video
the
making.
cut
So,
comms and
yeah.
stuff. Now most people to try to do highlight
Yeah,
reels and
exactly. Or
or
live streams or podcasts or shit like that.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
all the
Which
landscape has changed a
we
lot.
can't really speak much about because the
Yeah.
podcast. Which actually I like a lot of podcasts because it's just something. Uh, also, you get to keep depending on the creator, how often they post and what they post, you can actually get an inside reel of what they talk about outside. Like use I don't know the Misfits for example, if you've ever heard of them. Uh, well, they post a lot of content. Like individually, they post a bunch of gaming content, but you wouldn't have known that they're such a wild group until they started doing videos
Yeah,
together and telling their stories and this and that.
that's fair.
And like Zuckles, he's one of them. You knew he was a crazy, batshit crazy guy, anyways. But and he will tell you real quick he is. But soon as the you didn't realize how crazy he was until uh he started telling stories about like outside of what he did other than gaming.
Hmm. I ain't never heard of him.
He's a funny guy. If you ever
Okay,
want
what's he
to-
play?
right now he plays a lot of Rust and stuff like that.
Okay. I never got into those. I haven't even watched many people play them, but I know they're popular. Those type of games, that and like Escape from Tarkov and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I watched this one guy, Doctor Lupo, on that game.
I've heard of him on Tarkov.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You watched any shows lately or movies that you like?
The newest movie was Fast X.
Fast X, yeah, that shit
Yeah,
was good. We saw it in the theater.
that was real
I
good.
liked it a lot. I don't know. People,
A lot of people
they're
hate
not
it because the ending.
they're not good movies. Fun movies.
Yeah,
Like I'm never walking
it's
away from
like
a
how
Fast and Furious movie bored
no,
or like
how crazy can they get next? This
exactly.
one wasn't as crazy as the other
Yeah,
one.
it didn't go as it wasn't as out there as nine because they went to fucking space in nine. Obviously, and that's a little too much even for me. But this one was over the top of shit. Like there
Like
was
they could have went to space, but they had to bring cars into
yeah,
space. You just
but
race the dang space shuttle at this point.
yeah. But no, it was nonstop in this one. There was barely any time where you were like waiting on something to happen. There was
Yeah.
almost always something happening. I think there was one moment where like they were driving in a car, just kind of talking. But other than that, like it
And
was
when they
just
went the
back to back to
backstories and
back.
stuff,
Yeah,
but other than that,
yeah, a little
it
bit
was
of
still
entertainment.
interesting to figure out who was what doing this and that.
I thought it was cool how they wrote him into the story. I
Yeah,
won't spoil it for anybody that hasn't watched it, but they kind of write one of the new characters into the series that wasn't there before, but they do it in a way that's believable. I
yeah.
mean, I didn't think like, oh, there's no way this could have happened. Like when they when John Cena came into it at nine, and he was supposed to be Dom's brother. When you go back to the older movies, and who was it? Mia is like, Dom, you're my only brother.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck happened to that? They just retcon it for the sake of retconning it, but Fast X, it felt believable. I think Jason Momoa was the best part of it.
Oh yeah.
I liked him in it a lot.
The best part for me was even though it was such a small part was like when John Cena was like uh here I'll risk my life for it,
Yeah, yeah,
but everything starts really bumping up from that point.
yeah. I mean, the first, I think it's like 10 or 15 minutes before you get into the first, like, real set piece, like, action scene.
Yeah.
But then as soon as that starts, it's nonstop. It's wild.
The
But
have you like what is your main thing at your job?
mainly, mainly, uh, they're just doing retail, like checking people out and stuff, selling people stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. One day throughout the week, I clean consoles, and I got a room in the back where I do that. But like, if anything comes in that looks nasty or it's dirty or like it needs to be wiped off, for instance, I do that in the back.
I what
So I know how to take a lot of shit apart, but I don't know how to fix basically anything.
I play with this guy. He works at a gaming store as well. He lives in Virginia,
Yeah.
and he uh, he gets paid like $28 an hour.
Jesus Christ, I
But
wish.
and I asked him, I was like, Is it because like from his the way he described to me is because everything costs more over there.
Yeah. I was gonna
So
say that's like going to
that's what
California or
we
something.
our average pay is like well our fucking minimum wage is fit 7.25,
Yeah.
but average pay for most jobs that are is like up to from 11 to
I
15.
was gonna say it's probably somewhere in like the 14 to 15 if you average it out. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Is our minimum wage still 7.25?
yeah,
That's wild. I can't imagine somebody getting paid 7.25
yeah. Because
in today's time.
I was
That's ridiculous.
trying to apply for uh back at Dairy Queen, and they were like, "Well, we can start you off at 7.25 again." I was like, "The fuck? I need something at least fucking 10."
Nobody's living off 7.25 unless you're a high school student. But
Yeah,
even then, like that's laughable.
and that's the thing. Like people like my job now. I get I'm at I don't know exactly 17 something.
Yeah,
Uh, because we just got a cost of living raise, and I don't know what how much that was really.
yeah,
I know it was a one. I think it was a 1%, so that means it was 1 penny on per dollar.
mm,
So that means 17.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you get an extra cent added for every dollar you make,
yeah.
basically. I get what you're saying.
And the I can't beat this job. But for the hours, yes, it does suck for 12. But the days off,
Yeah,
I pretty much work 15 days a month, and I make $500 a week.
yeah,
Oh, a little bit more than 500, but still.
yeah. Yeah, it's not bad to be able to work technically that little amount of time and still get paid what you would for working way more days than that.
Yeah,
So it's not bad. It's not a bad trade off.
because you're off more technically than than you work, and that's what was my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I never want to work more than I have to. Like, yeah, they'd be like, a lot of these people are like, you're just a silent quitter and all this and that. That's what pisses me off. Uh, like, yeah, I understand when you first come into a job, I'm not expecting you to stay long if you don't like it, but don't stay for months and then all of a sudden just leave.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm like, okay, the first week or two, you're just filling the job, seeing if you
Yeah.
like it. Whatever, you leave. But um, then all these people come in and then they stay for a couple months. They actually even get the uniforms and all this and that. I never bought a uniform.
Yeah.
I've thought about it, but like, yeah, uh, that's that's just too much responsibility to because it's mainly for the fact that they want to charge you if you wash the outfits and all this and that. And I'm like, I'm
Uh,
not. I like my job though. I just don't like the people.
Fair enough. You ever heard of the show called Severance?
Yeah.
We watched, or I watched it. Gabby, she stopped watching it with me, but not that she stopped watching it. I just kind of kept watching it without her. But it's really fucking good. It's on the Apple TV or Apple TV Plus, whatever the hell it's called. But I went on there to do a free trial to watch a specific movie, and then after I got on there, I realized that you had to like it was on their site, but you had to buy it or rent it.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, well, fuck, now I gotta find something else because I used this week trial or whatever. So I started watching Severance, and that show was fucking great. It's basically it's a like a futuristic society where people can work for this company, and this company has this procedure called severance, and they basically install a chip in the back of your head,
Oh yeah.
and then every time you go to work, um, when you go to work, your work memories are separated from your home memories. So it's like,
That would be good.
yeah, you go into work, and then as soon as you get there, it works through an elevator, and as soon as you go down to a certain point, they have some like type of sound that
Yeah.
triggers it, and you switch over, and then when you go back up, the same thing happens, and you switch back over. So it's like you go into work, but all you remember is getting in the elevator, and then you're in the elevator again going home.
Bruh,
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
yeah. But it gets into some like it gets into some crazy theories about how that would work because the technically the
Because the home person could be a
yeah.
whole different
Yeah,
person.
exactly. The work person and the home people have no clue what they're like in
Yeah.
either situation, and the
What if
work
he's trying
people.
to eat healthy when I eat like a
Yeah,
pig, or if he's trying to eat
yeah,
healthy and he eats like a pig?
yeah. The main character,
So, why am I gaining all this weight?
and the main character is kind of like is basically an alcoholic, and they kind of like throw that in there just as like a little thing to let you know that that's something that they thought of, like you said, eating. Like for instance, he'd come in and he'd have a hangover. The guy outside of work would have a hangover. They call it outies and innies.
No.
His outie would have a hangover, and then he would go in and he'd be like, "Why the fuck did my head hurt?"
Yeah.
Basically, like I have no clue. But it's almost like the people, the innies that work are trapped there because all they know is going into work, and then when they leave, that's it. And then the next thing they remember is going back down the elevator. So it's like they're stuck there and they don't get to leave. They don't know
That's kind
anything
of
about that.
cool, but
They don't
now,
know anything about the outside world at all.
but once you get to thinking about it, that's
Yeah,
kind of dark.
yeah. That's exactly how it was when I went into it. 'Cause I was like, oh, this sounds awesome. Like, yeah, I definitely do that. Like, that sounds cool. And then you watch it and you're like, I would never fucking do this. Because they're just stuck there. Like, they don't know who they are. They don't know if they have families. They
Yeah.
don't know anything about themselves. They
In a
just know
way,
that they're
you I
there to do
probably
a
still
job.
depend. Like, do they ever? That's the thing. Like, and then what if they start trying to want to venture out and
Yeah,
become the outie?
yeah. That's kind of where it goes. I won't spoil anything 'cause it's crazy.
But my favorite show, right? Like I've just finished it not too long ago, was Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about it. It's on what, Netflix?
Yeah,
I need to watch it at least
it's a
briefly.
very slow start, but like once you get into it, you're like, it's one of them shows you don't want to leave.
Yeah.
And
How many seasons is it?
six.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. That's the bad thing about Severance is it's like I think it's a fairly newer show. I don't know if it came out this year or last year. But it's only got 9 episodes and there's only one season. And it
Dang.
leaves you on a cliffhanger and now I'm just kinda like waiting, hoping it gets a second season. I'm sure it will. I hope enough
If
people
it
watched
sounds like
it.
that, yeah, I feel like it should.
Yeah. I'm gonna be pissed if it doesn't, because that would be shitty to end on. the way it ended. I just always wonder what happened.
Hell, that could be a thing though, like
Yeah,
because you never know what
yeah,
could happen.
yeah. That would suck though. It's directed by Ben Stiller,
Okay.
which is cool. I feel like I see a lot more of that now. 'Cause there's that one show. I forget what it was called, but it's directed by one of the guys that used to be in SNL,
Mm.
and apparently it's supposed to be really really good.
Question though. Now, how did you finally get off of smoking vapes and dipping and all that together?
I kind of weaned off because I went from vaping to not vaping, and I mean it was it was a lot easier that way because you just kind of ramp down the nicotine because
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
get the juice with different levels of
Technically, that's
nicotine.
what vaping originally was meant
Yeah,
for, but
yeah, and then it kind of took on its own thing, and now it's all just like disposables. Ones you buy, use until they're up, and then
yeah,
toss
like
them and get a
the
new one.
elf ears or
Yeah, I
I
don't know
don't even
what
know,
they're called. I see people with the ones that are kind of
like
they
a
look like
box.
squares,
Yeah,
but then they have a little tip on them. Yeah, that's what I see everybody with now.
I've tried it and it's just like I die every damn time.
Yeah, yeah.
$20 for that tiny
Is
box.
that what they
Yeah,
cost? Yeah, that's wild.
depends on where you go too. It could be more,
Yeah,
but the cheapest I've seen was 20.
it's crazy.
And they don't last you, but like it depends on how much you smoke. Yeah, I've seen them to last you for 3 days.
I was about to
So
say, if you were a heavy smoker or just a heavy vapor and you never even smoked, probably a couple days.
yeah, but $20 for like 3 days. Use that for example,
Yeah,
and that's like fuck. Which I could say the same
yeah.
for
I mean,
dipping.
even if you were a smoker and you smoked a pack a day, you're only. I mean, even if you're smoking like Newports or something, but you're only spending like. Well, I guess if you smoke Newports, that'd be about the same cost.
Yeah,
But if you smoke like a $4 or $5 pack, that's cheaper,
true. Yeah,
which is shitty. But if you can get them and yeah, they last you like a week, I guess it's not that bad.
yeah. Sorry about our pale legs. Uh,
Yeah, no, I was thinking maybe next time we could have it like
up
kind of
more.
up a little bit, and it could
You'll
start.
see
It's
it.
like
You'll be able to
right
see
here,
more of
yeah,
up
more
here
of the
too.
wall and stuff. We just had to get another thing, kind of like stack it right there.
And he'll probably have a better chair
Yeah, I was gonna
eventually.
say we could upgrade our chairs or get
Yeah,
like a futon or something in here. That'd be
yeah,
pretty
that'd be
cool.
good. Real full time.
And sorry if the audio quality is kind of shit. There's a little bit of echo in here right now. I don't know how it's gonna come across in the audio, but between the echo in the room and it being a laptop like built-in web camera, we're not sure how it's gonna sound. But that's what first episodes are for the most part.
Yeah.
Just
Uh,
trying to test the water.
I've been watching Mr. Beast a lot. Like not him his videos because I've done
Hmm.
seen them all, but like so far up to. But it's mainly his talking about how he become or got into it. And
Yeah.
have you watched any of that?
Mm-mm.
A lot of it's like he got a bunch of friends. They all would test something of their own. They would come back a week later, talk about the feedback, what they got, what they feel like did wrong,
Hmm.
and all this and that. And then each of them would throw off things, and he said he wrote it all down just to make
Hmm.
sure. And he said that's how he become as quick as he did. Just
Yeah.
and he said always look at the trending page. Is the biggest thing. Uh, even if you're into podcasts, look at what's trending in podcasts.
Yeah.
If you're into reviews, like food reviews, what's the biggest thing right now in food that is popping off? Like
Hmm.
if there's a new sandwich popping off at Burger King or something,
Yeah.
go try that. You might not like it, but even if it is that vegan burger, just try it.
Oh, Impossible Whopper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and same as like those mustard Doritos or
Yeah. I want to try those. Those look fucking
have you
good.
ever tried that Pepsi Peeps?
Yeah.
Uh,
I seen your. I don't know if you just sent it to me or.
yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay. I feel like sometimes you send those to multiple people, and I
Yeah,
don't know if or maybe it's like because some people will on Snap they'll send it as a streak, but it'll also be their story.
yeah, yeah.
Like people do it
I've
like
never
that.
posted any to my story.
Yeah, but no, I've seen that. I've had those before. I think I've had them twice, but each time I just got like a 16-ounce bottle.
Yeah, I
I seen
seen
you had
that.
like the what'd you get like a
Uh,
12 pack
it was
or
a 10 pack
yeah.
case, and I was like,
I don't mind them though. They're weird.
it's just like after so many of them,
Yeah.
it gets, ugh.
Yeah, I think I don't remember if it was the initial taste or the aftertaste, but one of them you could tell it was different, but the other one it just kind of tastes like regular
Yeah.
Pepsi. But it's
I
got
feel
a
like
sweet
aftertaste is more of a Pepsi taste,
okay,
but
and the
then,
initial taste, yeah.
yeah,
The initial taste is kind of like a sweet, like it tastes like marshmallows,
yeah.
which I guess is what it's supposed to taste like, but it's really not that bad.
I like Peeps actually, and most people don't.
Yeah, I'm not going out of my way to eat peep.
If
That's the only time I
you're
eat
not gonna go
marshmallows.
buy them, but like if every Easter, I'm
Yeah,
the one that's
that's
eating.
fair. About the only time I'll eat a marshmallow is if somebody's doing like s'mores.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, I'm not really going out of my way.
Hell, the let us know. Also, I want y'all to be a thing too. Like down the road, if y'all don't like this background, we can always just change it. But if y'all come from like my original channel and stuff, or y'all know who I am, y'all know like my original content was based on this type of stuff. For the longest damn time. Now I don't do that kind of stuff. I just do little short videos and stuff. It's just easier to do short.
Yeah,
Like and hell, the damn algorithm really works with you.
yeah. I'm sure we could change the room around as we go. Or
Like certain things, I'm probably not going to throw away like
yeah,
that. For example, because I took time to actually cut my hand open for that. But or these very ones that you really can't even get anymore.
yeah,
But any of these other ones, I really don't give a dang. Uh, hell, as we go around,
yeah. The room will evolve as we go.
yeah.
We're
Hell,
planning
we
on
might make it into two sections where you we can turn around and
yeah,
have that as a different background too.
yeah. That'd be cool. That would be interesting to kind of maybe if we had like different topics or if we knew we were going to talk about a certain thing, like this side could be for certain stuff and that
Yeah,
side could be for something else. That'd be cool. Because I don't think we could do it over here because right
because
here
the
to
camera
us is
and we'll
just
just look like
yeah, we'll look like
shadows.
ghosts because it's just it'd be us in front of a window. I don't
Hell
think
yeah.
it'd look very good. And that way, it's kind of like
We would get blackout cameras in, or
oh curtains,
curtains
yeah,
in.
yeah. Then we have the only thing if we got blackout curtains, we'd have to have pretty good lighting because
Yeah,
this natural lighting is actually working pretty well for the video.
yeah.
I'm a little more
Pale looking,
illuminated right here. Yeah, I guess pale because I'm right next to the window, and you're a little bit more like
which he's not that pale in
accurately
person.
colored. But I
Yeah,
mean, you can like this. My left leg is accurately colored, whereas like this side of my face is not. So,
yeah,
but for what it is, for the little amount of light that we got going on here, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not that big of a deal for the video because most people, I feel like most people just listen to this as audio only anyway. But
yeah. Hopefully one day we can get it to audio, but right now this is what we got. And if you ain't even really caring about what you see in the background,
yeah, all you gotta do is
just turn this on and go do your dishes.
yeah. Because I listen to a ton of podcasts. I've got to the point where I don't listen to music in the car really. Like, and if I'm out of podcast, I'll just like go until I find a new
Yeah.
one. I'm like, yeah, this sounds interesting enough. I need something to get me to work.
It's just like a lot of music today, and I'm not saying hating on it. It's just a
Yeah,
lot of it's depressing, and
yeah,
especially once you get into listening to word lyrics and stuff.
mm,
Like I understand it is a depressing time in this world today, but because of we just got out of the COVID shit, and technically it's still going, but
yeah,
it's not as surreal as it once was, and wild and shit. But now it's the what do you call that? Everybody's just trying to get out of that
yeah.
slump,
Kind of the aftermath. Trying to get back to
even though it's been a few years since, but still,
still seeing the after effects, which is crazy.
it's mainly people have gotten more woke, and I hate saying it that way, but it's just during that time they were like, shit, I was without a job this whole time, and I don't have to have a job, and I was able to make my bills, do this, do
Yeah,
that, do just doing this. Let me go keep doing this.
yeah,
Hell with actual jobs, and that's why a lot of people these jobs today are struggling because they kind of let us see what we can and can't don't
yeah.
have to do.
What you can do without being tied down to some kind of job.
Yeah,
Because a lot of jobs like DoorDash and Ubers and stuff
yeah,
like went through the fucking roof whenever COVID happened. And the same thing with the media, like podcasts, for example. Honestly, that's not it's not we're not doing this because of COVID, obviously, but we're doing this. I feel like because of the events that led up to this point.
yeah.
Because podcasts were obviously around before COVID,
And
and there
hell,
was always like talk radio.
me and him's had a podcast
Yeah,
even before all that COVID, but we just didn't really make it a thing.
yeah. But now I feel like more people definitely listen to podcasts than they did before COVID, and more podcasts are made too. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard to not look at the two without looking at the other. Like it's hard to look at one without the other.
yeah. Because a lot of people from some podcasts that I watched, a lot of them are just friends like us
Yeah,
trying to catch up every now and then,
Yeah.
once a week or once a month or something. Be
Hmm.
like, hey man, tell me what's new this week, or tell me about your job. Like they'll get real personal in it too,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn, that kind of is a little too personal in my opinion.
Oh, you're good. We can just have it for now.
Okay,
No worries. If you want to go talk to her before she leaves, you're good.
alright,
Just take a break for a second.
alright.
It won't be
You
hard.
thirsty
It
or
won't be
anything?
hard to cut this out. Do what?
You thirsty or anything? I
You
got
got water?
water.
Yeah, I got water. I'll just leave it going.
Soon I'll go.
Yeah. The main reason I said it might be like once a month at the least, is because like maybe
Some
if
Saturday.
one weekend you come over to the house and like to play games.
Yeah. Hell, and also I was thinking, we if we did really get this podcast going big, well, and if we wanted to make and not come over to each other's house or some shit,
Yeah.
we could also just do it on voice chat on the video game
Yeah. That's fair.
and just have to put a background over it or some shit.
Yeah. Fair enough. I think we were talking about like COVID and podcasts and stuff.
Oh,
Oh yeah. What I was gonna say is most of the podcasts I listen to now, like my favorite ones, are mostly about like video games and stuff,
yeah,
but more so the length. Because I like the podcasts are at least like 3 hours. That's
yeah.
usually the ones I listen to, and then some of them I listen to it's like 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm like, fuck, this is over so fast.
I watched this one. It's called Watch Time, and they do gaming news, kind of like Drama Alert, but
Yeah,
it's meant to be a longer concept.
yeah.
And for the longest time, especially during COVID time, they were only posting 25, 30-minute videos, and I'm like, bro, this is so short.
Bro, 25 minutes is not a podcast. That's a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. There are people out there who still watch. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, but there are people who are still used to like 8 minute YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like I usually don't click on a video unless it's like 20, 30
Unless
minutes
you
long.
see it as in the format as a short.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, 8 minutes is like I shit for 8 minutes. Like that's not.
Yeah.
That's no
That's my shit video.
that's no length. Like I'm watching a video right now, for example. It's called.
The shortest person I watch actually is Jeff.
Yeah, I was gonna say watching Jeb. It feels like, but I mean his are nice because it's kind of.
His is just cut so much.
Yeah,
It feels
exactly.
like
It never stops.
yeah.
There's no downtime. I'm watching one right now. It's
Some
called.
people be sitting there talking and then go quiet for a
Yeah.
while.
It's called a review of every major CRPG from the past, I think, 12 years or something.
Mm.
And it's like an hour and a half. And
Yeah.
like the other day, I didn't finish it. I don't know if I'll go back to it or not.
It's kind of like that video you sent me with the Frankenstein.
Yeah, kind of like that. That
Yeah.
one was what, like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I sat there and watched the whole thing.
That video was cool as fuck. I need to go back and watch that guy, Wendigoon.
Yeah,
He's pretty cool. He makes a bunch of like horror adjacent stuff. Like the one that he's talking about is like I think 2.5 hour, maybe 3 hour video of him reading the original Frankenstein.
yeah.
And it was one that I just put on one night just to listen to. I ended up falling asleep and waking up, and he was still going. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, videos like that. Them are the best kind because
Yeah.
like it's like okay, yeah, it sucks that I'm more than likely gonna have to pause this later.
Yeah.
But I would rather pause it and then
And be able to go back into
Yeah.
it than have to find something new.
yeah.
It's like for a day, at least a day, if not like 2 days, depending on how much you watch YouTube, you can get one video to last you multiple days.
And that's the thing. A lot of people talk shit like my dad and even my girl. She'll sit there and say, "Why don't you watch YouTube all the time?" I was like, it's free.
Bro, I watch more YouTube than I watch anything.
You're sitting there thinking like, well, I could sit there and watch these movies. I can watch this. I can watch that. I would, unless it's actually a TV show. I'm not into it a lot of times because like it has multiple episodes, and I could sit there and just binge watch it or something.
I'm the opposite honestly because I watch more YouTube than I watch movies or shows. But I'm more likely to sit down and watch a movie than I am a TV show because a movie I know I can sit down and watch in one sitting and get the whole thing.
But also, I've gotten that way because I actually don't want to buy a single season or something.
Yeah.
Of something. It's because like living up there with my cousin. I lived up there for that whole year with no TV, no internet, only dealing with the chickens and roosters and turkeys and ducks and goats.
Yeah, fuck that.
My only source of entertainment was when I went to the end of the driveway and watched some YouTube for a little bit, and or if we went out to Walmart and bought a full series of a TV show.
Yeah.
And that's where I got into series.
There's multiple seasons and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fair. The only reason you're looking for your phone?
Nowadays.
Oh, okay. The only reason I prefer movies because I can get the whole thing in one sitting
Yeah,
and know that I saw it all. But like for instance, if I'm off one day or if I'm able to watch one episode of a show one night, like I might be busy for a week and not be able to go back to it. But
yeah.
if I watched a movie, I know I can at least finish it.
But
But don't get me wrong, I like shows like Severance, for instance.
and YouTube is another thing that is great because yes, it sucks, but you're sitting there thinking like, okay, you have to pay for the internet, you have to pay for your phone bill if that's what you're watching it off of.
Yeah,
But that's still cheaper than buying 17 different things
yeah,
like Netflix,
yeah.
Hulu, HBO, and all that.
Yeah,
Uh,
streaming services are just cable at this point
yeah,
because you got to have so fucking many to get to the point where you have that many shows that you can watch.
yeah. There's free apps out there, yeah, but just to watch the newer stuff or the
Yeah,
good stuff. That pisses me off so bad when they have an exclusive on that thing, Netflix exclusive, or
and that's
uh,
how they get people to actually use
I
Netflix.
understand that, but like, could they have made like, can they please make like use the Ranch for example off of Netflix? I would love to buy that full series on
Yeah.
DVD.
Oh, you're talking about just not being able to put it on DVD.
Yeah,
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant
which yeah, I
like
understand why,
it's
but
only on Netflix, but it's not on Hulu. Like that, I understand. No, I agree that they should put the shit out on physical media because physical media is not as prevalent as it used to be, but it's still pretty fucking big.
yeah,
And I mean, even now, I have like somewhat decent internet, better than I've had for the past however many years. But I still buy physical media because it looks better.
hmm
It's more reliable. I mean,
yeah,
and
unless you have a
you don't have to worry about it getting taken off.
yeah, unless you have a kid that likes to scratch your disc up,
Yeah, I
but
mean, if you got some shit like that, but at that point, that's more your fault than it is
yeah,
the
and
DVD's fault or the
but
Blu-ray's fault.
because like use this for example, Netflix. For the past 2 years, I used How to Train Your Dragon for example.
Yeah,
Uh, they had number 2 and 3 on there for 2 years. This just this past month they taken 2 and 3 off, but put one on,
yeah,
and you can't find 2 and 3
yeah.
now.
That shit
And
sucks.
I'm over here like, why? I understand y'all probably lost y'all's contract or some shit like that, but at the same time, how do you lose a contract to 2 and 3 but gain one?
That doesn't make any fucking
Or
sense.
did you never? How'd you not even get the first one in general? And still get 2 and 3?
Yeah, I do see that a lot where some streaming service will pay for the license or something,
Yeah,
and then they'll quit paying for the license, and then somebody else will pick it up.
yeah.
Because
Like
for instance, oh, you go ahead
oh, like
if you had something.
Amazon has Hotel Transylvania. That's a kid show I can watch anytime. I
Yeah,
don't. There's something about it. I
yeah.
can watch all four of them.
I've never seen it, but people tell me it's good.
Yeah, and
I need to watch them.
there's four of them now, and that's what gets me. Hell, might be five.
You know they make games for it.
They do?
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know if they're on. They're probably on PlayStation, but I know they're on Switch because we get them out on the Switch all the
Hmm.
time. And I'm like, damn, man, that's how you know it's a fucking popular kids movie. It's
Yeah,
got a video game.
and also for the adults that like the vampires and stuff,
Yeah,
and have a crush on old girl or
yeah.
something. Because like when I live,
Oh yeah.
my cousin, he's like, and I banged a vampire even though she's 118. I'm like, she looks like a young teen though.
That's like did you they announced a new Mario game called Mario Brothers Wonder.
Mhm.
Have you seen the trailer for that?
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like dipping into like the psychedelic aspect of like him actually eating a mushroom and the
Okay.
levels is moving weird. But there's a new power up in it for the first time. You can turn into an elephant.
Oh
Like
shit.
Mario's an elephant, and there's people already like making you know what of fucking
Mm,
Mario is an elephant. So it don't take long. People have already made something
Rule
out of nothing.
34.
Yeah, Rule 34 exactly.
If it's out there, it's there.
Yeah, if it's out there, there's sex of it somewhere.
The that's just like even though it's just the basic for me, I got just the basic internet and stuff. But I'm so grateful just to have be able to scroll my phone when I want to. Like
Yeah.
even if I didn't have the internet, I'm just happy to being able to do that for as long as I need to because
Oh, compared to when you were living
yeah,
in Kaiser, yeah.
it's just wild to think that there's so many places and to not be able to reach that. And it's like internet's been around for a minute now.
Yeah. Oh, it's wild how I think a lot of the U.S. has really shitty internet still, but from listening to a bunch of different podcasts, because they have some of the podcasts I listen
Yeah,
to have people from all over the
UK and
country.
stuff.
Yeah, UK and like Pakistan and Brazil and stuff like that. Apparently, Australia has really
The
fucking bad
worst.
internet.
I
Like
play with this.
people in Australia have it.
Play with this one girl on Fortnite on occasion,
Yeah.
and she's from Australia,
Mm,
and she tells me like how bad the internet and all this is,
yeah.
and I'm like, we could connect to your servers if we have to, so you can get less lag. And she was like, oh, it's not going to fucking work either way. And I was like, okay. And like, imagine if she had good internet,
Yeah.
like how good they could be.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, and that's the thing. Like use his brother and him for example. They played games for the
We
longest
play a
damn
lot
time.
of online games off
Uh,
hotspot.
and it was such laggy, and they would get kicked and
It
all
was
this and that.
so fucking bad.
And the so no, I want to see him now on some of them older games that we used to play. How good he could have been. Well,
Yeah.
probably not as good as he could have been if he would have kept playing, but still, he was still would probably be a lot better than a lot of people that continuously play.
Yeah. Trust me, it sucks.
Because like me, I'm used to good internet when I did play, and it's been either I have good internet or no internet, and never really shitty internet.
Yeah.
And
That's almost better in a way, but not so much the no internet, especially because you couldn't watch anything.
yeah,
That part sucks. But
but at the same time, it's like there's so much like how good you have. Like if you was already good playing with that lag,
yeah,
you're a fucking beast.
imagine playing without it.
And are you trying to be more of a like? Are we trying to be more of a family friendly
Nah,
or
I don't give a fuck.
okay?
I know you have to. I think you have to specify on YouTube now, don't you? If it's like
Yeah, yeah.
if
If it's
it's
for
gonna
kids
be
or
for
not,
kids or not. Yeah.
but
I don't fucking care.
the new CEO of YouTube actually allows a lot more cussing in your
Oh, okay,
videos.
that's cool. I know. I think it used to be like the first 10 minutes was the most important part
Yeah. Well,
for if
now
you,
it's
as long as you don't front load it with shit like that.
the first 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, so that's not too bad. You don't have to wait too long. It's better than 10 minutes.
Yeah, as long as you're
It's
not
easy.
going crazy with it within the first 30 seconds, everything should be good.
Yeah. Oh, the example I was going to bring up earlier about the show, like one streaming service losing it and the other picking it up, was Ben 10 and Justice League Unlimited,
Hmm.
the cartoons. HBO had them for the longest time because they're
Now
Warner
Netflix
Brothers,
has 'em.
and now Netflix picked them up. I mean, it does happen, but and back to what you were saying, I wish that they made seasons of or physical media versions of a lot of these shows.
Because like even CDs, I miss CDs to be honest. Because like now I have to download it onto my phone, or
Yeah,
you know how to if you know how to pirate a song, or if
yeah.
you're fine with using Spotify, all right, whatever. But you have to it sucks when you have to go through. It's just I don't know
Music took a
the
very different
ads
route
now.
than like games and even movies are more so almost like music where you're kind of forced to stream them now, but
Mhm.
music is like you have to fucking stream it. Like there is nobody uses like you
And
said CDs
they
anymore. Physical
some
media.
play people still sell hard copies
Yeah,
of
you
it,
can
but
still buy music on there, but it is much more of a enthusiast thing than it is like physical music is more relatable to like people who still buy cars with manual transmission.
soon,
Like
heck, and I'm surprised there's actually still concerts. For the longest time,
yeah,
you couldn't go because of COVID, but
yeah.
like, uh,
They seem to be back in pretty full force now,
but
though.
like they started doing those eyewear
Oh
things. So
yeah,
I was like,
I'm not gonna lie about the concerts. One of the cool things was when Fortnite did those. I thought that was
yeah,
really fucking cool.
they still do them on occasion,
Yeah,
but
that's awesome. The fact that they're doing that because they're able to now, because
yeah,
that's something you couldn't do like 10 years ago. Like I feel like that was kind of out of your imagination of
yeah.
what you could do, or like, and not even if it's not in Fortnite. I think there's some that do it in VR, like
Hmm.
where
Like Roblox even did it
yeah,
a few times.
for sporting events. I know that they have like if you don't want to go out to the stadium to like watch a basketball game, for instance, they have like dedicated robots that will take up a seat,
Yeah,
and you can go online and pay to be able to view from that robot, and you
that's
can just
cool.
watch the game. Like if you were, and you can look around and shit, like
Yeah,
because its head will swivel, and you're just like there in the
that's
actually
actually
watching
cool.
the yeah, like shit like that. And I think they do that for concerts too, but I know they do it for sporting events, like whether it be basketball or
But it's
football or
crazy that
baseball.
I will say one last thing about how COVID was
Mm.
the mask.
Yeah.
There's still people wearing masks.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It made a lasting impact. I don't have anything against those people, but I think it's interesting to see there's not really a divide, I wouldn't say, between people who do and don't. But it's almost like when you see somebody that wears a mask, you have like a I don't know, it's not that it's a negative, but you have like a preconceived notion of like
How they're going to be,
yeah, of how they're gonna be as a person. But I
because
don't
like
know.
they're
I
going to
don't
be stuck up or
yeah, I
something.
don't want to make it sound like it's a negative thing because it's not. Because I have
No,
friends who wear them still, and like, there's really good customers at the store that still wear
yeah,
masks. And I don't look at them any differently, but it's just something in your head that you're like, oh, you still wear a mask. It's like
yeah.
it's interesting.
And like, cause at work, I can understand at work, my job in particular, cause like, if you don't wear a mask, metal can fly in your mouth or
Mhm.
sand or
Oh,
something.
if something like that, that's completely
Yeah,
understandable.
but like even outside of work, when I see them people, they're still wearing a mask, and I'm like, I've never seen you without a mask since I've been at this job.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you're good looking or not. I
Oh,
know you.
there's some people that work like that. Like, one of the regulars, for instance, always has one. And one night he was there, basically up until we closed,
Mhm.
and we walk outside, and obviously he's not like that much of a mask wearer and realizes it's not that big of a deal outside.
Yeah.
It's just if you're in an enclosed space. He took it off, and I was like, I didn't know you had facial hair. Like I never even had fucking
See,
a beard. Like I never would have known.
yeah, like, and at that point, if you're always wearing a mask, I don't see a point in having a beard if you're consistently going. But that is so cool though with this stuff that you're allowed to do now. Because for the longest time, you couldn't even walk into a store with
Yeah, exactly. They'd be like, nah, you gotta leave. Like,
yeah,
especially like a gas station, which in that situation I think makes sense because gas stations like very small space,
yeah.
one person working there. I get it for those, but like
But
if
like
you
you're
walked into
allowed to
Walmart
now.
or something with a mask on before COVID, people would have fucking looked at you weird.
Yeah, and people like it's kind of cool. Like now you can outlive your Wild West imagination, like you wanted to when you was younger, or
I'm wearing a fucking mask or a
well, like
bandana.
you know how
Yeah,
when you're a kid,
yeah,
like I want to be a cowboy. Yeah,
exactly. It's fair.
but like use this one guy. He wears a like those one sheet things, and then you put a
I know it's the thing where all you see is your eyes. Is that
yeah,
what you're
it's a
talking about?
metal helmet kind of
Oh
thing.
no, that's I did not know what you
No,
were
no,
talking
but
about.
the first thing is that's how it is,
Yeah.
and then uh,
See if I can find a picture of it. You know what it's called?
I want to say I really don't know what it would be, but Swagger Souls, or have you ever heard of him? Well, he wears uh like a it's like a ski mask kind of.
Trying to look this up, all I got was like cosplay, like Iron Man.
uh, yeah, it's like a ski mask kind of thing at first, but then he wears the night helmet. Uh,
What's his name?
Swagger Souls,
I'll look him up. Maybe that can.
and but like he was always
Oh yeah, he has a I think that's Solaire's helmet from Dark Souls. That guy.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just Solaire's
yeah.
helmet.
He used at first he would like when he went to TwitchCon and
Is
stuff.
this basically what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah, that's like that looks like a reference. It's almost like chainmail. I don't know. Is that's what you would call that
I think
over a
that's
mask, basically.
yeah. But he said he used
It's
to wear that
interesting.
before COVID, and he would get kicked out of
Yeah.
TwitchCon and all those kind of
Oh yeah.
places. But then now, if he wears it, he's more than welcome to come in and. But he said he does that because he didn't want people to recognize him. He's one of those faceless YouTubers,
Yeah.
uh, and he does. So he's wanting to wear that, but then without that mask, he would have to leave.
Yeah.
So he didn't do TwitchCon for years, and
Hmm.
then
But now he's able to because
yeah.
of that.
but that helps out like faceless YouTubers and shit like that.
Yeah.
People that want to be anonymous, but people know them as wearing that mask.
I feel like people do that less now than they used to. I feel like a lot of YouTubers used to have, like when it was in the age of, not saying they're not big anymore, but like when PewDiePie and Markiplier and
Yeah,
Jacksepticeye, as far as gaming goes, were the biggest ones. I felt like there were a lot more people that would upload videos without a face cam.
yeah.
But I can't really think of anybody that I watch now that I don't know what they look like.
Only people I could think of were like even hell he still uploads, but it'd be H2O Delirious.
Yeah, he was a big one for. I only know him because of my brother, but I
Yeah,
know he never showed his face or
and
might still haven't.
what's his name? Corpse. They say his face got leaked, but
Oh, okay.
honestly, I don't know.
And I don't know if it has. I don't think Marshmallow's ever
No,
publicly shown
nobody
his
really knows
face.
his real
And I mean,
face.
he's not a YouTuber, but just in general, like I don't know of anybody that I watch or listen to that I don't know what they look like.
Yeah,
That's not really a thing. Like, but it used to be a big thing on YouTube.
yeah.
People used to do that.
Which I can understand why, because like it's like, bro, I just gotta go use the shitter, and like listening to interviews of people like use Ninja, for example,
Yeah.
bigger YouTubers. That man, I'm just at the airport taking a shit. And next thing I know, I see two little kids' feet standing there at my stall, and I'm like, man, I gotta goddamn hurry this, drop this load off.
You see the on the thing there on the right, how it's kind of like the bars.
Yeah, yeah,
You think that'll go? That shouldn't be there when it's like.
that should.
I don't think so because I stretched it out as far as I could. I think maybe it's the
And if not, we can crop it.
maybe OBS goes wider than my webcam,
Yeah.
and that's like the max for the webcam. I think it'll be fine. I was
If
just
not, we
curious
can
about
always
that.
just crop it.
Yeah, that should be fine anyway. I was just
Because it'd be like a zoom in kind of thing.
yeah. And maybe next time we could maybe go back a little bit because I don't want it to be like I don't know. I feel like it'd be weird if you saw all of us, but maybe it's weird that you don't.
Yeah. Well, anyways, next time should be higher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
It,
feel like if it was like from here up or maybe
yeah,
from here up, and then at least like you said, you could see more in the background.
yeah,
But yeah, we definitely gotta get some like shit for like right here
yeah,
because that'd be the coolest like part that you could actually see.
yeah.
If you just be finding something. Well, I mean, as long as this doesn't get much higher, full
No,
size
this ain't going
the
nowhere.
full size poster could fit right here and right
Yeah,
there, for instance. And then finding something to put kind of all in there. Maybe you could design like a logo if you want to.
yeah. That's what I wanted to do with that, but
Yeah,
that thing's so fucking
it's
heavy.
what is it made of?
An old table.
Oh, okay. That's ain't no way.
Yeah,
Oh, is it like folded hat or collapse?
it used to until I
Okay.
put the two pieces of plywood on the back.
I got you. Was it one of them where you could
Yeah,
extend it and make it bigger? Yeah. Like a kitchen table almost. One thing I was curious about is and we can keep all this in there because like I said, it's not.
I'll see if the light.
Yeah, I was gonna see how this made it look in comparison. Just out of curiosity.
Right.
Did it brighten it up?
Yeah.
That's good. Probably should have that from the beginning.
Well, we're figuring it out.
That looks better, I guess. Not
Oh
like much different. I guess it's weird because if somebody was like looking at us, but
yeah.
it's not that big of a deal.
Hell, if somebody's staring at me, it's my place.
Your neighbors are fairly far enough away.
Only nosy one I have is this one over here, and it's like kids, like teenage kids. They just be, bruh. Like a week ago, this motherfucker comes out with some tight ass pants, and some big ass boots, and then a cowboy hat on, and he's like, "What's
But it
up?"
was like 80 degrees outside.
I was like, "Bruh, first off, it's too hot for pants. Second off, does your shit get some circulation?"
um, the good thing about where we live is we have neighbors, but because we have one neighbor directly across the street, and she moved into, or should I say they moved into their spot as soon as we moved into ours. So we've been there the same amount of time, but we hardly ever see them. But other than that, we have like no side by side neighbors. We have one that's kind of like off to the right,
Yeah,
and they're kind of tucked away in the woods, so you wouldn't know they're there if you just drove by. You have to know where their house is at, type deal.
like that big brick thing is the mailbox. Like,
Yeah, I noticed that when I drove past because I'll go out and then kind of
and
go
on
back.
top is a gold box you would put your rent in. They come by every week.
That's cool. You just put it out there.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
down in behind there is you'll see a red box kind of thing. That's the dump.
Oh yeah, I see it all the way down there. I got you. Do they come by and pick up the trash?
Yeah, so you ain't gotta go take it all the way off. And I like this place. Only bad thing is that, like I said about the pets,
Yeah.
there is a stray cat that walks around, so I don't know whose it is. She's
Hell, it might
pregnant,
not be anybody's. It might have came from the gas station, or
very
you never
possible,
know. It could have just
or one of
wandered
these
down
other
here.
trailer parks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, if it wandered down here, it's probably living pretty good.
Oh yeah,
We
I
could
feed
probably
them.
find a fair amount of
Especially me, and I'll be chunking shit out behind the house. Technically, I'm not supposed to.
That's fine. I don't think your landlords are gonna listen to this.
I mean,
That'd be wild.
that'd be
Landlord on she's like, sorry, just showing outside the bag, bitch.
no, she's a cool lady though. Yeah, because hell, she was fine with as long as you let her know shit.
Yeah,
They don't mind anything in this.
that's cool.
As long as you let them know.
I remember the one in you were in the trailer park in Wandale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Because Jacob used to live there. Marco.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he used to, and they had like the mailbox system like that. I guess it's just a common thing for trailer parks.
yeah. The worst part about it is just having to pay it rent through a money order.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But
Like I would rather cash out you my money, if to be honest.
yeah,
It's just I don't know. We can leave out anything in or take anything out.
I'm fine with leaving whatever in, unless like earlier when we walked away, if we
Yeah,
cut that out. But the rest of it, I'm honestly fine with. That
and
kind
and if y'all think that we talk randomly too much
of.
about
Yeah, it's
some,
just kind of what it is, though.
yeah,
But yeah, if you guys have feedback for whoever's watching this, all two of you, just leave a comment.
or hell, any damn ideas for us to talk about,
Yeah, because we still gotta make the channel and everything.
yeah. Um, hell, at the moment, you you're living at somebody you said your family gave you to
Yeah,
check.
it was my cousin's house. She owns it. It's a trailer, but she owns it. She just let me live there, renting it out basically.
Did your girl ever say anything about wanting to try to get a place here?
We thought about it, but I didn't want to like bring it up whenever I was here last time because I didn't want to be just like negative and be a downer. But once we figured out about the pets, we got it. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
that part kind of sucks. But if it
Uh,
wasn't for that,
if that's fine. Hey,
yeah, if it
but there
wasn't for
is a
that,
trailer park right down here. They have a bigger trailer, a couple of big trailers, and they're I see pets running around out there all the time.
they might allow them. Maybe it's like outdoors.
It's actually not even 2 minutes down the road. Yeah, if you go out the back way.
Yeah, I know you said that there's if you go out that way,
Yeah,
that's the way I always leave because it's just I get on that back road and go back home. That way I don't have to get on 74.
yeah. Instead of going back to the back that way, you could always just head left, and then you'll see the other trailer park once you
Mm,
get that way.
I got you. I know you said there was one right next door, basically.
And there's that one behind the gas station too. It's a tiny one though.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's only like oh, 4 or 5.
Yeah,
If that. Yeah,
but
the first time I came over here, this place is big as shit to be where it is. Like, I
yeah.
would have never known it was here because you can't see it from the road.
I only knew about it because what's the Clooney?
Is that who you said it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Speaking of people we used to go to school with, my brother got his yearbook,
No, for real.
and I was over there at their house one weekend. I was just kind of thumbing through it, and I was like, damn, I need to go look through my senior yearbook.
See how hell it's crazy. Like to see where people are today.
Mm,
McCracken, he's already got a kid now.
yeah,
Uh, hell, I knew he was going to be with that girl for a while. Just Mackie Clark, I ain't talked to him in a minute.
mm,
Last I seen him still living over there near the old Yummies.
yeah. That's the last place I remember him being.
I'm assuming he's still doing the construction work with his dad.
Mm,
But yeah, the hell, that what we need to have a poster, like get 3 posters. I was sitting there thinking,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to make the poster of your logo, original logo,
Oh, I don't. I would have no luck. If you could probably draw it though, honestly.
alright.
The
Uh,
my logo.
and then when whatever this picture would be for our logo for
Yeah.
this channel, uh, and then then I can get mine. Like it'd be like yours, mine, then that, my or yours, the
Yeah,
podcast, then
your
mine.
each of ours on our side and the
Yeah,
podcast in the middle. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I feel like the podcast one could be round. It'll just have to be
yeah,
big
yeah.
enough to fit right there.
Ellen, if we can all depends if what it is. I can go to Staples and get them to print it off, or I can try to draw it on some poster board.
Yeah. Yeah, but if we call it LowKey, I figured you might be able to make something
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of combines the L and the K, maybe.
yeah, yeah. I was thinking of something stupid at first. I was like getting a long string and then putting a key hanging from it, and that'd be a
Oh my
swinging low,
God,
a key low.
LowKey.
That'd be something stupid.
It's dumb.
Yeah,
That'd be funny though. People wouldn't fucking get it.
no, it's a low hanging key. Oh, oh, you see how I did that? To keep the
Oh
outlets
yeah,
cardboard.
yeah. Probably helps with the stability of the whole tower too.
Yeah,
Probably yes.
yeah. What I did do originally, build them all the way up. Come home from work one day, it was all torn that back down, and I think I sent you a snap of how messy the room was
Mm-hmm.
last night. Yeah,
I,
then,
I don't know if you did.
but
Yeah, I might not have got it.
the what we're planning on doing is since she's into arts and crafts, she's going to take the old things
Mm-hmm.
and make them into candles, candle holders.
Oh, for those,
Yeah,
that'd be cool to put
yeah,
put wax in it and
yeah.
put a
She's
wick.
going to
That'd
get
be
the
awesome.
oils like wintergreen oils and mint oils and stuff like that. For if it's a wintergreen can, wintergreen smell.
That's cool. I would have never thought about doing that with a dip can.
Yeah,
Make it into a candle. That's pretty cool. You probably couldn't use like the Stoker's cans because they're like they're
plastic all the
plastic.
way.
Probably have to use. But I think every other can's metal, right?
Well, the other than the bottom, but
Oh yeah, technically. They don't make any all. They make all metal cans.
uh, no, the only ones I've ever found a full metal can would be the candidates.
Oh okay. Well, you might be able to use that one then.
Yeah, but them are like might as well be buying snuff all day. But yeah, snuff is a cardboard can,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
so and hell, plastic it shouldn't help.
It
It,
should. But when the candle got down really low, you probably
yeah,
had to.
that's when you put the
Yeah,
metal lid under it.
yeah, you probably have to be careful.
Hell, or you can just buy those one things with the little metal candles already.
Probably put those in them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. You could probably fit like two or three. The little tea light candles.
mhm.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hell, what I was wanting to do, like when I make videos for myself too,
Mhm.
uh, the that's why I have it all set out a certain, at least the hats mainly,
Yeah,
because like the Bubba hat and that's my logo. If you was wanting to wear a hat, that you could put that one on, I'll put this one on, and then or that one. Uh, and if we ever have guests in,
yeah,
since it's mainly mine and yours, I was thinking posters and shit for us.
yeah.
But we can get like what do you call it? Would you prefer a? Because I'm probably going to end up making hats with the logos on it. Would you prefer one with your logo or the podcast logo?
You can make one with the podcast logo if you're gonna put it on a hat. I
Yeah,
feel like it'd be
it's probably going to end
more.
up being a hat like that.
So I don't wear hats much anymore, but I mean I could probably wear one during the podcast as
I mean,
long as it fits.
yeah. And if you don't have to help.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say with the podcast logo. I mean this one don't look bad. How'd you make that one?
That one, my mom made.
Oh, okay.
She makes she made the I'm fine hat
Mhm.
and these two Bubba hats.
I got you.
She does something with the cricket. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen those before. Somebody I work with has one. It's like a I don't know what you describe, what you call it, the type of machine it is,
Yeah,
but
it's like it reminds me of a machine that you find in a what do you call them? Like when you go to a cotton mill.
the sewing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I can't. I cannot think of.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. How long have we been going? Hour and 10.
And minus 10 because we walked away.
Yeah, fair enough. It's probably about an hour. That's not bad. I wasn't trying to cut it short
No, you're good.
for the sake of cutting it short, but might be better to wrap it up here. That way
Yeah.
we can,
Create the channel.
if there is anything, yeah, make the channel, and then if there's anything in this one that we realize that we need to change for the next one,
Yeah.
we could do it for the next time. But yeah, that'll probably be it for the first episode.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's probably gonna be called LowKey unless we change it later. But
Yeah. I like the name so far, and it helped.
because
That's cool.
it's just us talking about whatever. So,
Yeah.
but like you said, we'll get at least one of these out a month, if not two a month. Whenever this gets uploaded, don't know if we'll have like another one already in the works or already recorded. We just have to kind of go with the flow until we get a schedule going.
Yeah.
Kind of get it consistently going because one of us is going to have to edit this, and neither one of us edit videos at all. So
Not. I don't do it as much as I used
yeah,
to.
I haven't edited a video in a while. Granted, there's not much you have to edit with a podcast, but because it's a long form
But it's
content.
mainly finding the time to do it now.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you wanted to, I'll probably take it back with me today just because I didn't think I'd bring the charger. And then the next time I'll bring the
And
charger.
mess around with
Yeah,
the video lines.
try to edit it. You can edit through it, can't you? Or do you have
I
to
think so.
get another software?
Uh, I know Jeff talks about editing through
Okay.
OBS. So
Because like I said, all I need to do is cut out that section where we
yeah.
walked away. But other than that, and then resize it if I need to.
Yeah.
But
That should be a crop button then.
yeah, I think it should be good though. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
And thank y'all. I have it. I don't know where the hell I was going with that, but I'll see y'all next time.